Hey guys, so this is going to be a refilm of the beginning part. So this is the future me re-recording the first part of the video that you're about to watch, because I went to go edit the video and I noticed that the complete first part of the video is missing. I don't know what happened to it, so I have to refilm it. So yeah, that is what we are doing now. We are about to refilm this whole beginning half of the foundation and powders and stuff. So the first new product that we're going to be using is going to be the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is new for me, my first time using it. So, and I use the shade Deep Chestnut, and I feel like this is a little bit too light for me. However, if we have to make it work, I will make it work, but it is a little too light, so I'm gonna have to go back in and find the one shade that goes darker than this and deepen it up. So I'm just gonna clean up my brows. And this is going to be a structured brow, so it's not going to be like the soft fluffy brow, because the look that I'm going for is a little bit more smoky, a little bit more structured, and I don't want it to be a soft brow. I want it to be a little bit more intense.
How can I ever love the way we did before? It was the perfect piece, it was the perfect war.
Okay, so as of right now, how I feel about it for cleaning up my brows, I think the color is a little light. However, if I did have a deeper shade, I think it would be a good cleanup concealer. It is a little sheer, not sheer, but it's not full coverage for my brows. I think once I go in with the foundation as a base and then this on top, I think it'll be okay. It does seem to be warming up a little bit as far as color. So yes, the next new product that we are going to try is the Porefessional Hydrate Primer, and it looks like this. This is my first time trying this. Well, second. So it comes out looking just like the original Porefessional. It does smell good. However, even with me trying this again for the second time, I do feel like my first initial reaction was that I don't feel like this is hydrating. I feel like, well, when I think of hydrating, I think of moisturized. I know hydration just means, you know, feeding the skin water, but I personally feel like this mattified my skin the first time using this, and I feel like it's still doing that. I feel like if you're oily and you're looking for something that still gives you hydration and keeps the skin supple, then you might like this. But me personally, I feel like it's still a little matte. I feel like it, you know, definitely fills in the pores, but I still think that it keeps the skin matte. So hydrating, I don't really agree with it, but I am normal to try. So yeah, I think it smoothed the skin over nice. However, I don't agree with the claim of it being, you know, hydrating per se. Okay, so for foundation, we are going to be trying the Becca Skin Love, and I have two different colors. I like to mix my colors. In this formula, I feel like it gave me the best color when I mixed. So I'm going to be mixing espresso and mahogany together to get my perfect shade. I do like my foundation to be a little bit deeper than me, just a little bit deeper, because I can balance everything out with concealer, and I feel like it photographs better when I do that. So I'm just going to take a couple of pumps of espresso, which espresso actually is probably my perfect shade, but I like to, like I said, have a foundation a little bit deeper than me. So I'm going to mix it with mahogany. few shades, a few pumps of mahogany, just to deepen it up just a little bit, to bring a little bit more warmth. But like I said, if you wanted to know my perfect shade, it is espresso. Espresso is my perfect shade in this formula. Okay, then I'm going to take a beauty blender and I'm going to press this out into the skin. And this claims to be, I threw the box away because I did this part already. However, this is supposed to be medium coverage and it's supposed to feed the skin hydration. It has a weightless blur. It's supposed to be a weightless blur foundation. And those were the main claims. I don't have the boxes. However, those were the main claims that I can remember. It's a natural finish, which means it's going to give the skin a nice natural radiance, natural sheen, the same sheen that your skin would naturally give without any makeup on it. Those were the claims. And it is a very pretty foundation. Just a little bit more with the espresso and a pump of mahogany, just to give it a little bit more coverage. And yeah, a little bit more coverage. It doesn't need a lot. I don't need a lot more coverage. With this foundation, it gives me a good amount of coverage. And that is one thing I do want to bring to, to people's attention. Coverage means if you have, pretty flawless skin, light to medium coverage will give you a full coverage look. If you have a lot of flaws, a lot of blemishes, then that's when you want to go in with a more full coverage foundation to give you that flawless finish. But if you don't have a lot of blemishes that you need to cover, then medium coverage foundation will give you a flawless full coverage look. So just keep that in mind when shopping for foundations. It's going to always be based upon your skin, the condition your skin is in, and of course skin type. But if you have little to no blemishes on your skin, then light to medium coverage will make it look like you have on full coverage foundation. So I get that a lot where people are like, oh, I need full coverage, oh, I need full coverage, and they really don't. They just need light to medium coverage because it will give you that full coverage look. So just keep that in mind when shopping for makeup. So this is so pretty on the skin. I love how this looks. Love how this foundation looks. It just gives a nice flawless skin, nice radiance. The skin looks supple, it looks like skin. And like I said, I do like my foundation a little deeper than me, but it matches my body through and through. So then we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. concealer again and apply this here, and this is, like I said, lighter than I would typically go for concealer, but we are going to make it do what it do and make it work. So yes, a little bit here. I'm going to bring this down a little bit further than I normally would. So this looks like a lot, but I just spread it out. We're going to go in and we're going to take the sponge, we're going to pinch it and work with the center first because I don't want a lot of product in the center. I literally just want to blend it out. So take this, blend it out. So I do feel like this concealer does blend out very pretty. I don't feel like it's a full coverage concealer. I think that it is more of a light to medium coverage, and I don't know if that's because it's hydrating or that's just what it is. I'm flipping the sponge over to the foundation side and just making the center of my face for it. I think this is a full coverage concealer. I think it's more medium It does not give me a full coverage concealed look, but it is pretty. So if you do like more of a light to medium coverage concealer, then this would be for you. And this is, like I said, hydrating. It is the Hydrating Cameo Concealer. So if you like of a more hydrating look with your concealers or feel underneath the eyes, then this is for you. I'm gonna flip the sponge over to the foundation side and just go back and make this part a little bit more seamless so it's not as bright and it blends in even on the side of my nose. This side too, just make it seamless. You want to blend where the edges meet so it's a nice seamless meet, so you don't really see where it starts and stops. It just kind of fades through and through. And I just take it around my forehead and just kind of back to blending it out. I am going to try to build this up a little bit more just to get that flawless finish. So I'm just going to apply very little to right here and right here. And I'm going to see if I can let it sit there for a second to see if that will build the coverage. So like I said, the color is a little off. It's a little too light. However, I do feel like I can make it work. So we're going to let that sit for just a second. And actually, you know what? I want to mix it with, let's not mix it yet. Let's see if it gives us a little bit of coverage first. So trying to see. Blend it. Yeah. So you can build this up. And I feel like if you let it sit there for a second, I think it'll give you more coverage upon building. So yeah, I think by letting the concealer sit there, it definitely, one because we layered it. We did one layer and then we let it settle down for a second and then we went with the second layer. But I do think because we went in with the second layer and then we also let it sit there for a second, it gave us a little bit more coverage. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, so I'm just going to take the sponge, the butt part again, and blend this out. And even here, I don't want the center of my forehead too bright, but just a little, just to balance. And a little bit here. And then do a little bit whatever was left over just to bring a little light. See? Not crazy, but a little light. And these lights make it look like it's super harsh, but in person it's really not that bright. But it is brighter than I would normally go. Okay, so that is that. The next product we are going to be using to set is the Laura Mercier new translucent powder in honey. The translucent powder I am not new to, however this color I am new to. So I wanted to try this color out to see how it works, how it looks. One, because the translucent powder, it does get flashback if I use a little too much. And then the darker one, I just use the darker one all over on a natural day. I can't put that under my eyes because it is a little too dark for underneath my eyes. So this is supposed to be the happy medium. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to set, and I want to see if it deepens up this concealer or what. But I know that I love the Laura Mercier formula, period. So I'm not worried about the formula per se. I just want to know if the color is going to be good. Because I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Okay, yes, I like this. Pull it all over my eyes. This is pretty. Pretty. Okay. A little down my nose. Like such. Yes, this is pretty. So I'm loving the way this is setting the face. I love the color that it's giving. I love that it definitely toned down I love that it toned down the concealer right here, so it doesn't look as harsh. So I really do love that. I'm just gonna set my chin. And this is the part that you want to really take your time and set. I don't bake. I usually take the sponge, dip it in the powder, and press it until it disappears. I don't bake. That's just for me personally. If somebody is oily, I will bake them, but not a lot, because I don't want to over dry out their skin. That's where primers and stuff come into play. But this is very, very pretty. I'm loving how this is looking. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Laura, we like that. The next new thing that I have is a bronzer, and this one is by Kosas. Yes. Looks like this, and it looks like this. The light is kind of washing it out. However, this is how it looks without the light so harsh. It's very, very warm. It has a nice sheen to it. We're gonna try this out again. Yes. So the thing that I did like this powder. Put it on. The only thing that I did not like was the smell. But this powder is so beautiful. Do you see that? This powder is gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. Kosas did that. The smell, they could take that smell away. However, this powder and this color, so the thing that I like about it is so gorgeous, oh my gosh, is that it has sheen to the skin without it being glittery. But it is a bronzer, so I'm not using this to contour at all. I'm literally using this to warm my skin up because I want to look like the beach. I just left the beach. I love this powder. Do you see this powder? It's so beautiful, like so gorgeous, so pretty. So the thing about contouring, so this will never be a contour for me. One, because it has luminosity to the skin, and contours don't have any shimmer to them. They are a very cool neutral toned color, more on the gray scale. Think about like a black and white picture. When you take a black and white picture, anything that shows up black is a shadow. Anything that shows up white is going to be a highlight. So this would never be a contour. These are going to be bronzers. Bronzers warm the skin. Bronzers give the beach feel, like a tan. That's what that does. But I absolutely love this powder. So this is where this video stops and the old video begins. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini catch up. I hate that I had to re-record it, so this is kind of like the second impression to the first impression. But in the ending of that video, that is my true feelings on how I felt in that moment. But yes, so enjoy, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Contours create dimension. Alright, so that's that. I really like that bronzer. Alright, so then let's do might as well do blush. Or do we want to? Let's come back. Let's do the eyes. So I'm gonna bring you guys in for eyes, and for eyes I want something like warm, brown, smoky, like copper, burnt orange. That's the vibe that I'm going for. So let's bring you in a little closer. For eyes, we are going to be using a mixture. So I do have a new palette for eyes, and it is the Morphe palette 25D, and the colors look like this. Super neutrals, all neutrals actually, and warms. So I'm probably mainly going to use these just for transitions in my crease, but then go in with the Morphe 3503 because it has a couple of colors that I want. I'm gonna stick to like these reddish warm browns, and then a little bit of these. No, not this one, but like these. So this one, these, I'm gonna stick in that area. super warm. And then there's also a color in the Juvia's Place palette that I wanted to use, and it's going to be these two right here. So yes, that's going to be the base of our shadows, and then the whole look is kind of surrounded by the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea eyeshadow. I think this is the liquid eyeshadow, and this one is the Golden Hour. So this is kind of the star of the show that I wanted to use. This is kind of what inspired the look. Real super grungy, brown, black, smoky. All right, so I'm going to start off with this caramel color, and then I'm going to transition my way through this orange right here, and then oops, nicked it, and then work my way to this brown right here. So we're going to start off with this one, then we're going to go to this one, and then work our way to this one. So I'm just going to layer those three. I did not set my base, and I'm going to use a fluffy blending brush for this part. I'm not really, well, I'm concentrating this. I just don't want it to touch my brow bone. So this is going to be more of like a rounded smoky. And I did not set my lid. So I'm just running this in the crease. And you know what? I think I need to add, I'm going to add a little bit of the translucent powder from Laura underneath my eye to catch any fallout when we start going darker with colors, because I want to keep underneath the eyes bright. So let's go with this little Morphe brush. I've been loving this brush lately, not even gonna lie. And I think I'm gonna keep this smoky a little round. Smoky eye a little rounded, opposed to like structured and like cat eye. I want to keep it very catch any fallout. All right, so I just pressed it in there, not to pack it on, but to catch the fallout. Warming the crease. Okay, and then like I said, we're gonna go down into the orange one, which is this one, and put that in there. But this time I'm not gonna focus it as high, even though the brush is like fluffy and full. I'm gonna like really work it back and forth in the crease. So and I don't know if I'm feeling this look because I'm ready for fall, or yeah, I'm ready for fall, but it also kind of inspired like this t-shirt that I want to wear. So that's where it came from. And that shadow kind of just all worked well together. All right, so back and forth. I like this. Oh, this is super pretty. I'm excited. Back and forth. And I'm also gonna bring that color in here, like right here. And this also helps create like a natural contour, but I'm gonna do a contour there, and I can actually do it with this palette. And then go back in. So I'm gonna wipe my brush off just a little bit, then go in with the first color that we used, and right here too, to soften, and then soften up this edge as well. All right, so crease is warm, okay? It's warm. So let's go into this one right here from Juvia's Place. Let's use a slightly smaller brush. And this is by Sephora collection, if I'm not mistaken. This brush is so old. All right, so go into that one and focus it in the crease as well. I'm just gonna rock it and rock it back and forth. So this smoky is round, so I'm not like trying to bring it out. I'm not trying to do anything but create like a rounded type of eye. So right now we're just building colors, building layers, and creating that dimension. And I'm tapping up the excess so I don't get as much fallout. So I don't know if you can see a difference in the eyes, but this eye has a little bit more depth, whereas this one is just warm. Go back to my fluffy brush to make sure it's seamless just in the beginning, and then right where the colors meet, kind of soften it. All right, I'm gonna build that color one more time. Just on the outer part, super red and warm. Okay. Now that that is in, we're gonna take the brush one more time, just kind of lightly making sure it's seamless. All right, now let's deepen. We're gonna deepen this up. Now we're gonna go into the Morphe 3503 palette. So it's a little deeper than what it looks like with these lights because the lights are kind of blowing it out. However, this is a deeper chocolate. And then once we do that one, we're gonna go into this one right here. We're gonna mix the two to deepen this chocolate. So first, let's lay down this color. And that's gonna be with the same Sephora brush. Tap off the excess and rock it in the crease.
How can I ever love the way we did before?
We're gonna rock that in the crease as well.
The perfect war. How can
Jasmine Hill 33 from Morphe. I'm gonna pack this color on the lid. So I'm going into the palette. It's a blending brush. Tap it, tap off the excess, and then pack it on the lid. Like a dot. Take the brush that we started with, go back over to make sure it's seamless. I'm not adding any additional color on this brush. I'm literally just blending. Whatever's here is here, and I'm just making sure it's seamless now. So now I do want to deepen it a little bit more, so I'm going to go in with this one, not the black, this one right here. It's more like a charcoal, more like a brown chocolate, cool toned, not quite black. Tapping off the excess because we are working with deeper colors. And then focusing it kind of on the inner and outer parts. Tap off the excess. Okay. Back with your first brush. There's nothing else on it. Soften those edges. The lower lash line, taking the brush that had a powder that we applied. It still has a little powder on there. I'm just going to take it and flick off whatever fell. Like that. How I got there? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start off with how we started off in the eye, which we started off with this one and then work our way here and probably here, but we're going to do these two first. I use the same brush, the fluffy brush, because I want this to be smoked out. So we're going to use the same fluffy brush that we started off with. Alright. Just run it along the lash line underneath. Yep. Yep. Run it underneath. And this is gonna give us that round, smoky but super blown out eye. All right. So next we're gonna go in building up. We're gonna go in with the smaller one. And we're gonna go into the Juvia's Place palette that we use. This is the Sahara 2 palette by Juvia's Place. We're gonna go in with this chocolate reddish warm brown and apply that closer. Oops, apply that closer with the Sephora brush to the lash line underneath. So go back into back into the first brush. You see where it's like a little disconnect? We're gonna softly buff that together so that it's no disconnect. Go back in with this one and blend those corners together. And super warm, super pretty. All right, so now we're gonna go back in with the deepest shade from the Morphe palette, 3503. And this was, we're gonna take this chocolate one and this second to last one and mix those colors together and place them tighter in the eye. Loaded it on one side, and then the side that I did not load, I'm gonna lay that against my lash line and smoke it out like such. So the product stays above the brush, and if it is any fallout, I can just sweep it away. So, a little bit more smoky. Take your brush again, dust away any fallout. Alright, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of the black from the Morphe palette and the darker brown. So the first and the second from last, and then the black. So back into this brush and softening up this area right here. Perversion, yes, Perversion. Super black. We're going to run this in the waterline. Super creamy. This is my favorite black liner. So just like that, you see the like depth. Then we're going to take a smudger brush and we're going to smudge, like just literally take that shadow, the dark second from last in Morphe 3503 brush, palette, smudge this. Just kind of go over it just so it creates that smoky, soft smoky, not like so put together look. Take the brush again, go with the chocolate browns again, the one from Juvia's Place and from 350, and just kind of like making it more smoky underneath the lash line, going with whatever's excess. So here's the part that I want to kind of make this part, it's not stand out, but make it cleaner so you don't see as much fallout. So we're going to take the Mercier powder, tap some into the cap, going with the sponge again that we used, press the excess on the back of the hand, and go along the side of the nose and underneath the eyes. And the same thing here on the side of the nose, underneath the eyes, and it's kind of just brightening. Then we're gonna take the brush that we use that has like probably minimal to no product on there anymore, the one we've been using to soften and blend, and soften and blend underneath this eye. And we're gonna take the brush that we've been dusting stuff off with and dust it off. See? Just to brighten. Like, I don't want to bake, I just want it to brighten this area just a little bit. I like the little Mercier powder. Okay, now for the star of the show, I want to go in with this. I'm gonna take a little bit of this, I'm gonna apply it in the center, lift my brows up, yes, and then I'm gonna take this, the blending brush, has nothing on it, and just like press it up and down. So like this basketball, just press it up and down in the center. So this is gonna blend those edges, but it's gonna keep that pigment there. So like that. A little bit more. The gold in it. So yeah, I'll take my finger and do it. And then blend out those edges if I need to. Yeah, just like that. Now I'm gonna go in with like a darker color right here and a little bit of a darker color right here because I want to create dimension, and I want this center color to like really pop. Let's lay down a little bit more of this goldish copper rusty orange, and then we're gonna top it off with like take this. I want to build this up some more, just like that. Yeah, and I'm not worrying about making it seamless in the inner corners because I'm gonna go back and blend. So I'm just really focusing on building for this orange. I'm gonna layer this one first, and then I'm gonna top it off with this one. Blending brush. So I'm just swirling the brush in, tap off the excess, and then this, yes, will catch it. The cream shadow catches that color, so it really like pulls the color from it. I love it. I'm gonna mix these two because it has a little bit of the green right there, so I'm gonna lay the green down first and then the gold on top. And then we'll pull the gold on top of it. Now let's go back and build a depth on the outer corner, so the contrast now is there. So we're gonna go back in and we're gonna mix these two shades here to create the dimension and the depth. Because this brush is not as dense and it's a little bit fluffier, well, flimsier, you're not gonna have as much control. So you wanna make sure you tap off the excess, and then you're gonna like stamp it. Stamp, stamp, stamp to create that depth. So mix the colors back and forth, tap off the excess, and then stamp the colors in so they go where you want them to go. And I'm kind of lightly overlaying it where the colors meet. So same thing here, tap, tap. So to get to my inner corner, I'm gonna pull the mirror this way, look down into my left so I can get in here. And then the same thing on the other eye, pull it to my left. Whichever corner I'm trying to get to, I'm gonna look that way, down into the mirror that way. So, oops, pull it, and then stamp in and a little bit over the colors where they meet. Right. Next, we're gonna take the brush that we've been blending with. Oh, actually, let's go back to this color. Tap off the excess as much as you can. Take this color, and it's gonna go around where the colors meet. So around and meet the two darker shadows. Then you're gonna take your brush that you've been blending to make everything seamless and just do the same thing. Make sure it's seamless. Then I'm gonna take the brush again that I've been dusting powder off with, dust off any fallout, and there is gonna be some because of the glitters that we've been working with. Now we're gonna focus on slightly contouring and bringing shape back to the nose. Blunt, we're gonna use Blunt by MAC. I'm gonna take the tip of it because it's so thick, and I'm gonna take the tip of it because it's a little thicker, dip it into the blush, MAC Blunt blush, and we're going to contour. So when I personally contour, I like to bring it through my brows because I like it to look connected to get that all over effect. So tapping off the excess, and then we're just going to start here and blend it into the brow like such. Go to the tip. Because this is such a dense brush, it's going to pick up a lot of the product, so I really want to make sure I'm tapping off the excess before I go in. because even when I go in, a lot of the product is going to land and distribute there, but I can always soften it. I just don't want too much there. So pull it through the brows to soften, just like such. I always pull it through the brow so it is connected, honey. Connected. Just like that. Connected. It looks like one structured nose and brow. And then we're gonna take the sponge and go back and soften it up so that it's not too harsh stripes. Bring them in a little bit closer. Just on the bridge. So when I contour, I always thinner here, not so much thinner towards the bottom. So just like that. Sponge. I'm gonna tap off whatever's excess powder, pinch it, I press it down the center. I'm gonna take the foundation side of it and press the sides of my nose. Press them, girl, to help blend it out. And then I'm gonna take the powder side again and go along the side of my nose. Whatever powder is left is gonna create that contoured silhouette on the side of the nose. Like such. So now you have a snatched nose. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Alright, so take the brush that we've been using to brush off stuff and just lightly dust away whatever excess powder is there. I'm going to apply my lashes really quick. Right here, and soften this inner corner. I'm going to mix it. So I'm going to do that one. I'm going to mix this caramel color and soften that inner corner.
How can I ever love? How can I?
This is some Morphe. I did not mean to do this. We're going to use the Brontour bronzer and contour in Funtabolous. I feel like this would be more of a blush on me, so that's why I got it, because I did love how it looked as a blush. Tap off the excess, and then yeah, this is definitely a blush on mama, and I'm not mad at it. So mix it. It's super powdery, we'll say that. It's a lot of kickback, so just aware of that. And then this is definitely a blush on me. Alright, so for highlight, I also have a new highlight. This one is by J.Cat Beauty and the Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer, and this is in Cancun Golden Tan. And since we can't go to Cancun right now because Corona decided to show up, I'm gonna wear it on my face.
It was the perfect boy.
The Smashbox photo setting spray. So the face, I love setting my face like this way because it presses the setting spray into the skin, so it really locks it in and it rehydrates underneath the eyes. So yes, I love setting my face like that. I always recommend setting the face. Mist it first, take the sponge that you were using and go back over it. All right, so for highlight, we're going to be, like I said, using the J.Cat Beauty Highlight in Golden Soleil, and the color is Golden Tan Cancun. Loving using this brush from MAC. It's the 135. I've been loving using the fan. It gives it like a real smooth, wet look. And just the tops of the cheekbones. Yeah. Yes. All right, other side. Just, and gives a nice wet. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh my gosh. And this is under $5. No. Is this like This had to be no more than $8. Tip of the nose. Yes. Cheek. Just kind of dust it on the cheeks. I really don't want to do the forehead, but it's so beautiful. I kind of want to. So whatever's left, just whatever's left. So beautiful. And then for the bridge, just a little bit here, because it's not so like in your face a highlight. This is like a nice sheen in the center of the face, like that. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit here, even though it's not super intense. That's why I'm gonna put some there, because I don't want like a bam highlight in the center. I do want to bring life to the center, but I don't want it to be, yeah, I just want like a reflection in the center of the face, not a highlight. See? And it just kind of brings light there without it being a bam in your face highlight. Line with brown first. So this just kind of makes everything one. Then we're gonna take the Espresso by NYX and start to create that dimension.
Can I ever love? How can I start again?
And this is in Dulce Vita, and it's a matte one. I'm gonna put this in the center. This is by Sephora. This is their new lip gloss called Glossed, and this color is Unbothered, because just be unbothered, okay?
How could I ever love again? How could I ever love?
All right, guys, so this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love how this look turned out. It is so pretty, so like edgy, bronzy, warm, just so pretty. This is fall. I mean, this is like nighttime summer, but more like fall time. I'm just feeling the fall vibes, the browns, the warms. I'm ready for fall. Nonetheless, let's go over all of the products that were used in today's video that were new, and let's get my thoughts. Let's start off with, let's go in the order that we did the face. Nothing was new for the brows, so that is that. Alright, so the primer that we used, the Benefit Porefessional Hydrate Primer. I'm not a fan. Maybe if I was to use a different moisturizer, or maybe if I was to use like the Tatcha Dewy primer where it's extremely dewy, then I would like this. But even then, I feel like when it says hydrating, yeah, I'm thinking water, but I'm still thinking my skin to be a little bit more moisturized and a little bit more slip to it. This did not give me that. It gave me more of a matte feel. So I wouldn't go for this if I'm looking for a hydrating primer. Maybe if I'm oily and I need something hydrating for my skin, then this would work. But I'm not oily, I'm on the dry side, so yeah, this would be a pass for me. This will go with my kit. Foundation wise, the Becca Skin Loves. Ooh, I love these. I love these. They look so beautiful on the skin. Paired with the Porefessional, it kind of mattified it a little bit. This is a natural finish by itself, so it does give the skin a little bit more of a glow. I loved this. I loved this. This was a beautiful, it is a beautiful foundation. So I would definitely recommend this if you are looking for a foundation that is medium to full coverage. This is easily built up. It covers most of, well, all of my blemishes. I love this. So definitely the Becca Skin Love is a go. Yes, this is a yes. Concealer wise, what did we use? Oh, the Elf Hydrating Cameo Concealer. This actually was very, very pretty. The color was a little too light. However, I didn't make it work. So I will pick this up in a deeper color and probably mix the two, or see if they have a better color. This I will probably just use for brightening. But I did love this. I did like this a lot. So I will be recommending this, and I will be using this a lot, and I will be actually put it in my kit. I don't feel like it's full coverage. I think it's more medium. I think if your foundation is full coverage, you can probably go in with this on top and it'll give you that medium full look. But I think it's more medium. It's still a little sheer. I use it for my brows and for my eyes, as you saw. But I did like this a lot, so I will be using this in my routine now. What else did we do? Oh, setting powder, the Laura Mercier. I love the Laura Mercier regular translucent setting powder anyways. So this was just to test out the color, and I did love the color. It's not too bright. It actually set very, very pretty. It's a go. I'm glad I got the small one because I have thousands of powders that I need to get through. So, but this is a go. I would recommend this powder if you are around my skin tone. You would love this. This one, I'm going to test it to see if it gets flashback. But as of right now, this is a go. I love the Laura Mercier Honey Translucent Powder. Next, the bronzer, the Kosas bronzer. This is so freaking beautiful. I love the redness in it. I love the warmth in it. It looks so gorgeous on my skin. It gives a lot of the luminous feel without it being so like glittery. It gives a nice sheen. I really, really love this. I don't like the smell at all. But as far as the color, the application, how it applies, how it looks on the skin, it is beautiful. So I love this. I think I'm gonna go get the lighter one to use it more as a highlight because it's just so damn gorgeous. So I would definitely recommend this in deep, warm, dark bronze. This is beautiful. What else was new on the face? Oh, the highlighter, the Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer by J.Cat Beauty. This is another thing that is super beautiful on the skin, especially for the price. Even if price wasn't an option, I feel like this is a gorgeous highlight. I especially like how it laid when I used it with that big fluffy brush. It gave more of a wet look. So I love this highlight. Super beautiful, super beautiful. I would definitely recommend this for your kit, for yourself, just all over gorgeous. What else was new? The shadows. Oh, as far as the shadows, the Morphe palette, I like these. I like Morphe period anyways. Some of their shadows, they have hits and misses as every company, but nonetheless I still love this palette. This is going to be more of a transition colors for me, or just like a wash of color on the lid. But I did love these colors, and they apply really, really good. Very good pigment. So this is definitely a go. This is the Morphe 25D palette. So this is definitely another good one. What else was new in here? Oh, the Tarte Eye glaze glitter things, shadow, whatever you want to call them. This was actually really pretty. I did notice that you did have to build it up quite a bit. So if you're looking for more of a wash of color, you probably would like these best. If you have time and want to build them up, they built up beautifully. I just applied this on as you saw. If you are someone that just wants like a wash of color, this is something that is very, very pretty. Just wash of color, it sheared out. It wasn't as orange. You have to build it up to get more of the orange tint that it shows in the bottle, which, you know, I didn't mind, but some people might not like. I do want to try the Natasha Denona ones, the multi transitional color ones, but anyways, I like this a lot. It's actually very pretty. I will be using it more often. And also, I might even throw it in my kit. I just wanted to get this. I just wanted to get this look out of my head. What else did we use? I think those were the things that were like the oh, of course, the NYX lip liners. I always love the NYX lip liners. I love this lip combo, the matte 6 by NARS. I always love NARS matte velvet lips. Oh, the gloss, this was new. I like these. They're super, super shiny, as you can see. They're not sticky. They don't feel heavy on the lips. I got like 4 or 5 of these, but I like this color. I have tried it before. It does look good by itself as well as on top. As you can see, the color is not like crazy intense, so you get this color, but it doesn't make it like super, super opaque. It gives you like a coat or a sheen of the color. So I really did, ooh, what is this on here? I really did like this a lot. So I got a couple of these anyways. But I think that is it. I think that's all of like the new stuff that we tried. Yes, so it was a lot of great products that I did love. 90% of the products that I loved. The only thing that only thing that I didn't like was this one, and this was the Porefessional by Benefit, the Hydrate. So that was really the only thing that I didn't like. I gotta forget the Morphe Brontour in Funtabolous. This is what I used as my blush, and I love this color as a blush. I knew it wasn't gonna work as a bronzer contour, like I knew that off bat because of the color and the tone, but I thought this would be a perfect fall time color. So super, super pretty. We mix them together, so this is definitely a go. But that was it. 90% of the products I did love, I liked, and I will be using them again. So I'm super proud of myself for I'm super proud of myself for the things that I've chose to try. I really, really loved it. 90%, yeah, 90% of it was literally only one thing that I didn't care for. So yes, and that completes today's makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are ready for the fall. Please let me know which look you would like to see next. I have like 2 more in mind that I want to do, like a red, like really deep red, smoky, just yes. So that will probably be the next look that you will see. The next video after this will either be a vlog, or it's gonna be no. The video before this you guys will be seeing is going to be my favorites video, and then this will be out, and then you guys will see a vlog. So I hope you guys have been enjoying and staying safe and spending great quality time with your family. I hope you've been enjoying the vlogs thus far. They are a little bit more synchronized now and in order. Yes, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the look. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and until next time, bye.